What if I told you there's a meat so exclusive that most people will never even see it, let alone taste it? Today we're diving into one of the world's most controversial and rare culinary experiences: roasting an entire double-humped camel. This isn't your typical barbecue, and what I discovered about this ancient delicacy will completely change how you think about premium meat. Before we go any further, let me be crystal clear: this video is purely educational. We're exploring cultural food traditions and the science behind different types of meat. If you're squeamish about food preparation, you might want to skip ahead to the tasting portion. The Bactrian camel, with its distinctive double humps, has been a cornerstone of survival in Central Asian cultures for thousands of years. These incredible animals aren't just transportation, they're walking grocery stores in some of the world's harshest environments. When a camel reaches the end of its working life, nothing goes to waste. It's not about cruelty, it's about respect and survival. Getting access to this experience required months of coordination with traditional herders in Mongolia. These aren't commercial operations, this is generational knowledge passed down through families who've lived alongside these animals for centuries. The respect they show throughout the entire process is honestly humbling. The preparation alone takes an entire day. We're talking about an animal that can weigh over 1,000 pounds. The traditional method involves creating a massive earth oven, basically a pit lined with stones that have been heating in a fire for hours. The camel is stuffed with smaller animals and vegetables in a process that's like Russian nesting dolls but with food. Here's where it gets scientifically fascinating. Camel meat has an incredibly unique nutritional profile. It's naturally lean, with less fat than beef or lamb, but the fat it does contain is actually beneficial. The meat is packed with protein and has higher iron content than most red meats. The double humps, which store fat rather than water like many people think, render down during cooking to create natural basting. The water content aspect you mentioned is spot on. Traditional nomadic peoples understood something we're only now rediscovering: foods with higher natural water content are generally more nutritious and easier for our bodies to process. Camel meat, prepared traditionally, retains moisture in ways that modern cooking methods often destroy. The cooking process is mesmerizing. 6 hours minimum in that earth oven, with the meat slowly transforming. The herders check the temperature using techniques passed down for generations: no thermometers, just experience and intuition. The aroma that starts emanating after hour 3 is unlike anything I've ever experienced. It's earthy, rich, and completely unique. What surprised me most was the texture. I expected something tough and gamey, but properly prepared camel meat is incredibly tender. The long, slow cooking process breaks down the fibers beautifully. The flavor is complex. Imagine the richness of lamb combined with the mildness of beef, but with this distinct undertone that's purely its own thing. The cultural significance can't be overstated. This isn't just food preparation, it's ceremony, community, and celebration all rolled into one. Families gather, stories are shared, and traditions are maintained. Watching 3 generations work together, each contributing their expertise, reminded me why food culture is so important to preserve. From a sustainability perspective, camel farming is incredibly efficient in arid climates. These animals can survive on vegetation that would kill cattle, require minimal water, and produce milk, meat, and materials with a much smaller environmental footprint. In regions where traditional livestock struggle, camels thrive. The tasting moment finally arrives, and honestly, it exceeded every expectation. The meat from different parts of the animal offers completely different experiences. The shoulder is rich and fatty, perfect for the harsh climate where every calorie matters. The leg meat is leaner, more similar to venison but without the strong game flavor. What really struck me was the complete lack of waste. Every single part of the animal serves a purpose: meat for eating, hide for leather goods, bones for tools, even the hair for textiles. It's a master class in sustainable living that puts our throwaway culture to shame. The experience challenged my preconceptions about exotic foods. This isn't about shock value or pushing boundaries for views. It's about understanding how different cultures have adapted their cuisine to their environment and circumstances. These communities develop these practices out of necessity, not novelty. For those wondering about availability, authentic experiences like this are incredibly rare and typically only accessible through cultural exchange programs or specialized tour operators who work directly with traditional communities. This isn't something you can order at a restaurant. The takeaway here isn't that everyone should seek out camel meat, but rather that we should approach unfamiliar foods with curiosity rather than judgment. Every culture has developed its cuisine based on available resources, climate, and tradition. Understanding these differences gives us insight into human adaptability and ingenuity. This experience reminded me why I'm passionate about exploring food culture. It's not just about the meat itself, but about the people, traditions, and stories behind every meal. Food connects us across cultures in ways that nothing else can. What's the most unusual traditional food you've ever tried? Drop your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible culinary adventures from around the world.